Man, listen, we back again, it's free game.
The saying lasts, but I'm never least. Cause every time I drop that heat, all that talking cease. Facts. Her wishing well, or do you wish me well? He pucker up like jackasses, he like to kiss and tell. Facts. I got that fever, boy, I'm burning up. Hourglass ass niggas, they know they time is up.
Man, listen, it's free game. TIM was good.
Peace to the Divine Family, it's the God.
Yeah, man, we back again. It's me, Toddy. Take note of what you hear, reflect on what you see. Today, actually, Bird gave us a good topic today. We decided we're gonna go ahead and
Veggie back.
chop it up on this topic. Bird asked us, is the OG missing in today's generation? Is the OG influence? Let me forget that. That's very important.
Influence.
Is the OG influence missing in today's generation?
Man, listen.
Tim, what you got to say about that? You the OG.
I'm the OG.
You the OG. You my OG, actually. What my definition of OG is, I say you're considered my OG.
That's your definition?
Big bro. For what I describe you as, I say you are an example of an OG to me.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say this. That's all I heard. Shout out to TB Double L, everybody who came out for your 50th
the whole world of
birthday
fade.
party, World of Fade, your wife, your kids,
Chillin'.
same game,
Yeah,
Fusco, Salviola. Shout out to them. But I was in there, I was listening.
That boy Rock showed up, Bird.
Rock, Bird,
Yeah.
everybody who showed out had a good time. But I was listening to some of the people that came up under you, some of the people that you watched grow up to be who they are. They kept saying, yeah, man, let's turn up for OG. Yeah, man, let's do this for OG. I just kept hearing that all night. So it was crazy that Bird sent us the topic.
Right.
So first, before we get into the question, what do you define as an OG? Because that's what people calling you, the OG. So when you hear OG, what do you feel?
How I see OG, because I got OG. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my OG, one of my OGs was in there Saturday night. He was, that's the one that y'all asked me about. I said the one that moved to Florida with Easy.
Yeah.
So, Joe, that's my OG. You know what I mean? Like, when I first moved to Valdosta, like, he kind of like took me up on his wing. He knew I was out here. I was thugging it. And he used to hang with TB them pops. He used to hang with the New York boys and all that. So he kind of embraced my energy. You know what I mean? He kind of channeled it. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for him, a lot of times I probably would have crashed out. You know what I mean? But he was the one. Like, he was like, hey, man, you feel me? He was the that calm voice. That like, he down with me, like, whatever now. But certain situations, like, you have to be able to you have to navigate it.
He older than you?
Yeah, he older than me.
Older than you.
Yeah, he
Okay.
probably about 4 years older than me. But so he was bugging, cause he was like, man, you 50. He was like, he kept looking at me like, so he was like, man, you 50, man.
50 of them
You was
things,
legit.
man.
You feel me? So I was so how I view an OG, or my definition of it, is someone who know how to embrace that youth. You feel me? Someone who ain't gonna let you crash out, like Chris Kitchen. You know, I refer to him as a triple OG because he been riding behind that wall for like 31 years. You feel me? So he was he fell like when I first moved here. But even when he was behind the wall, he still would like shoot messages, say, man, fall back, relax, you know, calm down. You know, you ain't got to go so, you feel me? Like, he was still, and me and him pretty much the same age.
Right.
But for what he been through in his life, 31 years.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He been behind that wall since we were jit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so people like that, Jermaine Bryant, Chris Kitchen, they was Bernard Massive. Even Bernard is younger than me, but a lot of stuff, that I was doing, them boys be like, "Nah, man, that ain't for you, man." You know what I mean? He ain't that. You feel me? So OG to me is people that they don't necessarily have to be older than you, but they influence like your decision making. Like sometimes, man, you might be doing something and you might say something that might be more valid than what I was thinking. You feel me? So that's an influence that you might have. Devil might say something, or anybody, Bird might say something. So age ain't really what to me that define OGs. It's how you maneuver. Like people used to say, I was a lot mature than my age. You feel me? Cause I ain't used to drink, I ain't used to smoke, I ain't used to fix up cars. You know what I mean? I ain't did nothing. I ain't waste my money on stuff like that. I was more like trying to see about them chilling. You know what I mean? So people was like, you ahead of your time. You know what I mean? So building with people like that, that's what I consider OG. OG is somebody who originated thought and be in front of it. You feel me? So that's how I define that. Well, that's a synopsis of what I consider as an OG.
Loaded. Let me see if I can
follow
your intro. Okay, so when I think of OG, I'm gonna go the opposite way of what he said. The O was somebody that just growing up. OG was somebody that was older than you, and the G was they either gave you game or they gave you guidance. So when you describing like when you about to crash out, your OG guiding you saying, nah, that ain't you, or just somebody giving you some game on life, where you should be headed, or the do's and don'ts, or what can happen. So, OG to me was people like it tell me saying, oh, just when you walking in the hood, the OGs they always got something to give you. I used to listen to my pops and his friends talk to us for hours and hours and hours. They used to be on that bottle though. When they get on that bottle, they love to talk. And, we had to sit and listen. Like we had to sit and listen to whatever they had to say. We listened to them. But thinking about the influence part, when I came over here, I was thinking, when we talk about influence, you could think about Sonny from Brock's Tale.
yeah.
Or you could think about Ray from South Central. See?
That's still influence.
So when you talk about influence, so think about it. Sonny was a gangster. He was doing his business, but he wasn't trying to get C involved in it.
Right.
But see, Daddy was like, I don't want you around there. I don't want you around him. But see, like, yo, Sonny cool. He wasn't trying to get him to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
He had like a little safe haven. Now, he was handling his business down there. But then on the contrary, we got this going on. You got your Ray Rays. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get J-Rock, and I'm going to have J-Rock crashing out.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to be the OG. He's still the OG. Now, this your man's son.
Yeah.
But you got his son out here stealing stereos.
Getting shot all up and all that.
So think about coming up. Tim was the OG that, from what I'm hearing, he was the OG with that, hey, boy, you don't supposed to be around here. Go to school. Why you ain't in school, boy? Oh, you gonna be on that football field. So his influence was, I know what I'm out here doing, but he trying to survive. Man, I got to do this. Mom's lights got to be paid, So I'm out here doing what I got to do to survive. But I ain't trying to expose the little homies to this right here. You see what I'm saying? So he might be the type of OG that's saying, stay in school, listen to your mama, don't be out here, it's dark out here, get out the corner. This ain't safe, this ain't for you. But then we got people right here about Austin. We talking about influence. Got these little cats crashing out. So when you think about when I think about the movie, when I think about Lil J Rock, he was so intrigued by what Ray Ray had,
Yeah, the things.
the material stuff,
Yeah.
and that's how Ray Ray got him. So think about real life. Think about today. When we talk about the people that supposed to be OGs, big homies. You know, what are we doing? This is just a part of it. Now, so what are they doing with these jits out here in this generation? Are you leading them in the right direction, or are you leading them to? Are you leading them to crash out? Are you leading them to the penitentiary? Are you leading them to go to the graveyard? So what we doing? See, back in the days, you know, our OGs, they ain't want us out there with them. They ain't want us standing around there doing what they doing.
Let me interject real quick before I lose this thought. Another thing that I forgot to mention was when you say influenced and all that, you got to remember that those people also was well respected.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So for them to be able to talk to you, they had to have some respect. And people would, the reason why people listen to you, cause the level of respect that you garnered while you was in the hood. You feel me? So like everybody would say, when they were talking about me, they said, yeah, that's the OG. But I was well respected on that east side and the whole Valdosta, right? I am, not was, am, right? So it wasn't nothing that I was walking around with my chest poked out, acting like I was tough and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I moved out here in the streets that people were respecting me enough to, because I wasn't out here trying to have no young boy crashing out. So when my main man AZ made the song, he said that even then still I made sure no kids got hurt on my block. Right? Y'all get out the road, y'all. You feel me? Get on from out here. Right? And there's people that's your age that I used to say, hey man, get from out here, man. You feel me? And they had, and even to this day, they come back and say, man, I remember Lasagne, man, he finna run you off the block. Like he'll let y'all stay out here for a certain period of time. And after that, you got to go. He running you off the block. Like it's getting dark out here. It's a different world from daylight to dark. Everything changes. You know what I'm saying? So now you ain't got no business out here when the light go off. It's the world's changing.
You teaching them like you a kid. It's dark.
You ain't got
supposed to be in the house.
Yeah, you ain't got no business out here in the dark. Cause now things done change. The attitude changing, situation changing, and everything changing. So you mess around and you fumbling around standing on the corner somewhere, and you know back then drive-bys was the thing. So man, pop off and get you, and you ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Innocent bystander, drive-bys, people getting robbed.
Yeah, so
fight. So
you had to be like with me. I had a certain little group of little homies. It was before TB and Jim Rock and all them. It was like T Woods and all them guys, right? They came up under me. Like I used to try to make sure, like Dad, Stuttering Carlos, Carlos Wood, all these cats came behind me. You feel me? So they was they were kind of like, you know, whatever the OGs say. You feel me? So I was one of the ones that was trying to guide them in another direction.
You was governing your territory.
Yeah,
the
like
right way. You directing the traffic.
I was never the one that was trying to teach the young boys how to hustle and sell nothing like that. Like I was never the one to do that. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't letting when Carlos was in school, I ain't let him hang out. You feel me? He played football. You had a chance. You feel me? This ain't what you want to do right here.
Right.
Get your butt from over here, going back on Collier Street with that. You feel me? So yeah, that's how it was a level of respect that I earned from my youngin', but I also earned the respect of my OGs. Yeah, you feel me? The cats that was out there before me, I had their respect too. You know what I mean? So I had to put that out there
What's
before
up,
I
dudes?
forgot.
Yeah, definitely respect. Let me read his comment. He said it's supposed to be big homie today is letting the little nigga tell them what to do, because if the little nigga got the money, the big homie on the dough. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So
they saying now that the little cats is the big homies.
they running asylum, like times change.
Yeah, like you looking at them like they the big homies now.
And so the other thing I was just thinking about the topic, I was thinking about it. That was the first part, but in today's climate, you gotta think, not only did you earn a respect, TIM, but the OGs was out there in the neighborhoods where these kids was at.
Yeah.
So you had the respect, and they knew who you were.
Yeah.
They knew who Tim was. You know, so we knew as youngsters, we knew who all the OGs was because they was living out there with us. And even if they wasn't living out there with us, they was out there, and we seen how they was moving. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about influence, like with me and Tim going into these schools now, us not being in the hood, we don't have as much of an impact on these kids from the hood because
they don't know us.
They don't see us every day. They don't know us.
Nah.
You know, we'll go out there and talk to them, but we pretty much worked our way out of those circumstances and those situations. You know, because our goal was we trying to make it out the hood and have something for the people behind us. You know what I'm saying? We got kids that we're raising. So the ones that's out there with the kids, they have to have a better influence on directing the traffic and governing what goes on as far as what TIM was just saying. But I'm out here, you a child, you need to be in the house. Ain't no kids outside during these hours. Like he said, when nightfall hit, the environment changed, time changed. Things going on at nighttime that kids don't need to see, don't need to be exposed to. That's why as parents, you gotta have your kids in the house at nighttime.
Right.
You gonna get exposed to some stuff and get influenced by what you see at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? That's why we came up street lights. You feel me?
You got to go.
When it's dark outside,
you got to clear.
You in the house, you eating, you getting ready to take a shower, take your bath, and you getting ready for school the next morning.
Right.
We ain't hanging outside. You see what I'm saying? So the OGs, like I said from back in the days, they weren't trying to hear that. They ain't even want you in their game room. Like you probably knew as a kid, cause you know kids smart, you know going. But the OGs, they ain't want you in their game room on what they really was doing. You know what I'm saying? But they did what they had to do. But nowadays, I say, Bird, to answer your question, that's missing. The ones that's out there in the environment with these kids, like what are they doing what Tim was doing? Are they doing what his OGs was doing?
Yeah.
Are they redirecting? Are they saying, nah, they ain't for you, play football? Are they getting athletes off the street? So they letting them turn to drugs and hustle? Because there's a lot of good athletes that should be on that field on Friday night, but they ain't on there because nobody ain't grab them and tell them,
right,
hey, you a football player.
Forget
what you doing
streets,
out here?
yeah.
These streets ain't, you see what I'm saying? They ain't got nobody telling that. And then these kids influenced by all the other kids influenced by what they see, the car, the jewelry, the gold teeth, or whatever it is. So now they influenced, like I said, J-Rock was intrigued by what Ray Ray had in South Central. And guess what Ray Ray did? Instead of telling him now, he used them. Okay, you want this? You know, I'm going to pay you this little cheap money. You still need car stereos. Now he end up shot. Now you end up shot, and then you in the juvenile center or boys home or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Defects on went to your mama house, seeing how your mama living. So now your whole world turned upside down because the OG led you in the wrong direction.
Right.
So imagine like how many kids in our city. Just imagine how many kids in our city is going through the similar situation. And this movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
And my stepdaddy, he sat us down. He had already seen the movie. Oh, when he moved down here with us, he sat us down and watched the movie. And he was explaining, he was giving us the gems through the movie. Like this, like 92, 93. I'm like 8, 9 years old when I first watched the movie. Like he's showing us, like look what he doing. This supposed to be his boy, but why he ain't kill? Why he ain't kill the smack man? That's his boy. He had him do it. You know, he's supposed to be his homie. Now he got his son out carjacking. You know what I'm saying? That ain't his. You know what I'm saying? So he teaching us about friends and everything. So I think it's still influence, but what influence?
Yeah.
Or is it no influence? Or are we minding our business?
I wanna real quick, like let me I wanna shout out some of my OGs, you feel me? Since we talking. So I it's people like Joe Lewis, who used to be out here on that block, man. Joe Lewis, I used to be calling myself going skip school on the first of the month and try to run it up. And Joe Lewis used to come on the block early. He'd be like, "What you doing out here, boy? Why you ain't in school?" He like, "Man, I wasn't going to no school today." You're like, "Oh yeah, you going to school?" And Joe Lewis can fight. So like people don't play with Joe Lewis. Like so, shout out that boy Joe Lewis, Carlos Myers, Player Los. He was like that. Like he'll pull up on you, catch you standing out there. Hey man, why you ain't went to school today? You feel me? That boy Joe Wade, he was real instrumental. Like that was the one that was in the club this weekend. At the Liquid Lounge. He was very instrumental in my me not crashing out. You feel me? The New York boys like Sid, Tevin Daddy. You feel me? Like he was well respected out here in the streets, and for him, like when he see me, he used to light up. He like, man, what's happening, baby? You feel me? Yeah, New York cat. So you feel me? And for them to be showing me love like that, you feel me? I was like, dang, that's crazy, cause these were some of the most feared people in the city. Like, you know what I mean? Then you had cats like Sweet Al, from that south side. Well, he was from the east, but he hung out on that south side. You had Sweet Al, you had Elroy, you had on that west side, you had people like who I used to fool with on the west side. You know, of course, my main man, the top man, Willie Kyle, and Lil Ralph, and all them boys. A lot of these cats ain't really much older than me, like Lot Fresh and all these cats, but we used to do stuff different. Like we were moving different, especially when you seen somebody that had some potential. You feel me? You ain't no way you gonna allow them to crash out.
You took the words out my mouth when you said, I wanted you to keep going, but I wanted to interject so bad. When you saying when he see me, his eyes lit up.
Yeah.
That's because he seen the potential. He seen the greatness in you. So when he seen you back then, you wanted to protect like the investment or the potential start out of the hood. Like you didn't want him to get into no trouble. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want to, this our athlete right here. Like, this the person that's gonna make it. Like we need to make sure he stay out of that kind of trouble.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that's missing. But I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Did you but you shouting out your OGs and saying the influence that, did you mimic what they did for you to the people that came up under you? Like when you became, you were well respected and you the big homie, and you seeing, did you mimic like some of those same pointers?
Yeah, I was feeling like everything that they was giving to me, I was trying to pass it on. Like I was paying it forward. So they gave it to me and I was shooting it back. Like I tell y'all all the time, like the streets wasn't never a choice for me. It was a lifestyle. You feel me? I jumped out there. You know what I mean? I ain't want no part of the streets. You know what I mean? But my situation, it caused me to whatever I can do. You know what I mean? So of course I was a nerd like in school. You feel me? Like I used to get good grades.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, but but when I go home at night, you feel me? I ain't had no snacks like you. You feel me? Mama struggling. It was 9 of us. You feel me? So I just used to know that she needed some help, and whatever I can do. I started out on the smallest scale ever. I got it out the mud. I started on the smallest scale, and them cats even then, they be like, man, what you out here doing? You feel me? Like, you ain't got no business out here, this and that. Y'all ain't gonna pay, my mama pay no bill. You feel me? So somebody got to do it. But it's more cats like, even people like T-Mac, You feel me? Me and him came up together, but he was also saying to the Jim Rocks and the Tevins like, hey man, hey, no, let me catch you out here. You feel me? He was also one of the ones that was telling them just not to be out here and pushing them back off the block. Like, no, boy, let me catch you back out here. So T-Mac was one of those guys. He an OG to me. You feel me? Even though we around the same age.
Y'all like peers.
Yeah.
But he still giving.
But he still
get game from
he
your
still
peers.
get props. You feel me for the work that he did. When you see that that's the route that they gonna take and ain't nothing you can do about it, then you have to let them go. Everybody ain't gonna make it. You feel me? So the influence of the OGs is today is different because, you know, it's a lot of other pieces that's coming into play now. You feel me? Well, we ain't had no gangs. You feel me? Back then, they had little crews and you claiming streets and you feel me? But these people got situations that's like structured, well, supposed to be structured situation. Like, and these kids are joining that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's a different world. That's a different lifestyle.
Definitely.
That's a different. You feel me? So we ain't had that type of we ain't had that type of pressure on us to line up with these different gangs and all that. We ain't had all that. All that stuff was out. It just wasn't over here yet. You know what I mean? So just like the movie you were talking about, South Central, Colors came out. So Colors was what introduced this side of the world to the red and the blue. You feel me? So they that was the whole plot behind Colors, is to expand it and get it, spread it out throughout the whole country so everybody can start picking up a blue flag or a red flag. So that kind of spread that, instead of it telling us not to do it,
it influenced
us to do it. So now you got cats in the background masterminding the build up the color situation. You feel me? So that's how we get to this point where we at now, where we wrestling with these guys that's controlling these situations, man.
Yeah, then it has to be what you name. Y'all had examples of people the kids could look up to.
Yeah.
That was in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You could look up to a T-Mac, a Timberland, saying you see them out business, how they move.
Yeah, Ken Riser.
Ken Riser,
Yeah.
Coach K, are they moving crazy? They out there, but they still directing, hey, they doing this. So you had no choice but to respect them and look up to them at the same time.
Yeah.
So now when we talk about today, you know, I be thinking, like, who's the person these kids really have to look up to? Or is it somebody
all the people that they look up to now is Ray Ray.
See what I'm saying?
That's it. Everybody that they look up to now is Ray Ray.
Ain't no Sundays.
Ain't no Sonnies. Everybody is Ray Rays now. So that's why we getting that kind of motion. That's why we got the kind of energy that we got from these Jitty Boys. Just like TB said on Saturday at the Linkwood Lounge, he said, man, I'm glad you were my OG. You feel me? Cause these young boys now, they don't listen to nothing. I said, yeah, y'all ain't making them listen. See, but they got these guns, and so people trying to it's like being a cockroach, you know, when you turn the lights on them roaches, shoot everywhere trying to hide. They're trying to protect their life, right? So people nowadays with these jitterbug, with these guns, trying to protect your life. I said, so sooner or later, y'all want to get some order around here. Y'all gonna have to forget about these guns, or you gonna have to fight fire with fire.
It's crazy we be on the same page.
Yeah.
Bird, I was just about to say, you can have an OG in place, a TIM, a tight end in place, but they don't want to listen. You see what I'm saying? So their ears, we saying, man, listen, but if your ears are shut to the information, back then, we had no choice
Right.
but to listen. So he just said a mouthful, y'all ain't making them. The OG's gonna make you listen.
Right.
They might grab you by your shirt, jack you up.
Snatch
Like
you up, yeah.
they was like, They demanded, like he said, he earned his respect. But if you were younger than that, they demanded their respect. Like, you gonna sit there. But see, we weren't even flinching at them like that. It's like a parent. We weren't finna try nobody like no OG. Like,
older cat.
we gonna respect them off the rip because, like he said, they earned their respect. And then, not to mention, you looked up to them when they walked around you. You knew they meant business because them OGs, they walked with a purpose. They weren't one of those flunkies out there. You see what I'm saying? So them OGs walked with a purpose. So you ain't got to. Oh, if you young, you know OG. Oh, that's the same right there. Oh, that's T-Mac. So
yeah,
we wanted, and then you embraced them. A lot of times you wanted to hear what the OG had to say. Sometimes you wanted to hear what they had to say because you know they had some.
To that point, what you said, one of the things I said last night, which goes back to another conversation we was having about kids in the neighborhoods and parents not wanting people to say nothing to their kids.
Yeah.
I think that's another part of as to why folks can't just walk up to another kid and, like you said, jack him up and he gonna listen to him and respect him or whatnot.
Yeah,
They've
but
been taught not to listen to nobody but their mama.
Yeah, but as soon as the fire touch their son or their daughter behind, now they want somebody to talk to them.
And it's too late at that point.
Yeah, you behind us in the line then.
You got 15, 16, he got his mind made up, and we already know at that age as a boy, like, you pretty rebellious at that point.
Yeah. So and you come from up north, right? And like in New York, they'll call people like older Ty-D or older Tyson or older. That's how they address people that's older, right? I say it's a difference between being an older and being an elder. See, my idea is I want to be an elder at some point in time, right? I might be older now, but my goal is to be an elder, right? So you're gonna respect your elders, right? But you don't really care too much about those elders, right? Because like right now, the killing generation is behind y'all, right? But they don't care nothing about what the older people saying, right? But the older people respect their elders, right? My goal is to, at some point in time, become an elder, right? And so becoming an elder, I got to still hold my credibility that I had to the streets, right? You can't never lose that. If you lose your street creds, right? Ain't nobody respecting you in the street, so how you gonna go back and talk, right? So my thing is, I'll never, and I tell all my little homies that I'll never sell y'all out. When y'all see me talking to these local politicians and all that, I'm trying to get the information and bring it back to y'all. You feel me? So y'all will know how to maneuver out here. I'm just out here trying to get, hey man, look here. You feel me? You gonna have to switch lanes. Hey, your house is a target, boy. You feel me? Ain't nothing I can do about that. You feel me? But you better straighten up. You know what I mean? So these are the type of conversations that me coming from where a lot of these cats at, I be seeing it like, dang, boy, you might don't want to go that route right there. You feel me? Like you might want to switch lane, my boy, cause you keep going that way, it ain't nothing at the end of that road but death and destruction.
That's it.
Yeah. So.
And then, bro, back then, everybody knew everybody. Tim would jack you up and take you to your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was up top one day. We were when I was young. My little brother finna steal from the store. Somebody came. I'm telling Tasha. Like they telling.
Yeah.
Like off the rip. Like anything you like everybody knew everybody in those neighborhoods. So Tim might get you and bring you to your mama and tell you what he did and what you did. And how he did it. Get what she gonna say? Thank you, Tim. And then you finna get it again.
Yeah, you gonna get it too.
That's how it was. Like,
2 for 1.
Like that's how it was. Like then, like even up there where I'm from, like everybody in the project knew everybody. Like they knew by name. Oh, that's Tasha's son right there. Oh, that's Slim's son. Oh, they knew by name. So if you got into something, they saw you. They gonna tell first quarter. Your mama gonna know before you even got back home.
You might get home.
You might always go ahead and get ready. Yeah. Or they gonna bring you back. The dudes like they'll jack you up and bring you back. Your mama say, look, he was out here doing this. Yeah. I know him, so I know you, and we cool. I just wanted to bring your child, but this is what he was doing. You gonna get the business, like.
So for me, I would say to answer the question directly, yeah, I think the influence is still there, but like we said earlier, is you got and people always get mad at us when we say this. These parents is it's like really stifling the growth for their children. You feel me? Because these young parents, they really are who killed the community. Yeah, cause you don't say nothing to my child. You feel me? Or don't talk to mine. Only certain people can talk to your children. But if they ain't the one who saw them do nothing, and I saw them, I'm gonna try to, hey, look here, little homie. That ain't it. Yeah, now whatever you do after that is on you, but you been warned.
Another point too that was said last night was the grandparent aspect as well. So it's like you got grandparents that, I mean, they like 40 years old right now.
I'm 40.
I was a grandparent.
I'm 40 as a grandparent. I got a little sense, so you know I could help raise, but it's still gonna take. Like we say, it's still gonna take my son to make sure he influence his daughter the way, try to influence his daughter the way I influence him. But if he don't, you know what I'm saying? Granddaddy, because let's say, for instance, Tim get his grandson, he gonna act a certain way around grandpa or papa, but when he may be different around mama or daddy. You see what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah,
and kids know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So kids know the difference. So it has to be consistent. It gotta be consistent. Like it can't be like I'm here over here, I'm here this way with grandpa, but I'm different with mama. It has to be consistent across the board. If it's consistent across the board, you ain't gonna have no trouble.
No choice, yeah.
You ain't got no choice but to abide by the rules.
See, community.
Grandparents was older too, and they was like more hands on.
It was old school. It was that old school grandparents.
See, community have a its root word is communicate. It's in there. You feel me? Ain't no communication. If you can't talk or communicate with people, how you gonna have a community, right? A community is collaborative. It's a group of people that compile a community. You can't have a community individually. Ain't no community, it's just you. You feel me? A community is a group of people that's share the same idea, right? So imagine, and I say this all the time, just look at other ethnicities and races of people. We the only one. Yeah, well, Hispanics, they gangster too now. But they veggie backing off how we moving, and they just protecting themselves from us, right? But other people, like, they don't walk outside worrying about nobody shooting them. No, they ain't thinking about that. You feel me? They thinking about what's for dinner, right? Just us. Everything you do, you go to your car, you worrying about somebody gonna jump out the bushes and rob you. You go to the trash can, you gotta push the trash can to the side of the road. You worry about somebody riding by. Everything you do, you in the house washing dishes, you worrying about bullets flying through your window.
That's, most definitely.
Everything you do got a negative connotation to it, or you have to be aware of anything or all the possibility that popping up in our existence. So when do we change our perspective on life? You feel me? Yeah, because it got us right now. We got it messed up.
And that's
100%. When they had that post on social media, somebody was saying, "Man, you gotta leave these children alone. They got these switches and all that." I said, I got on there and say, "Oh, y'all niggas scared. So don't talk to me about no, man, what you mean? Y'all can't be real. Consider yourself as quote unquote real. Y'all might be REEL real, but y'all ain't REAL real. You feel me? Y'all might be real for social media, talking about what you're doing and all that, but as soon as you get in a situation, you go Hollywood. Oh no, man, I'm trying to make it home tonight."
And then that's the other part of the question, Bird. It's the what I said last time. It's the mind my business mentality out there. So that's a part of it. That's another dynamic of the conversation. I ain't gonna say nothing because they got these switches. You know what I'm saying? They got this on their hip. Or instead of, hey, what you about to do with that, man? Where you going?
Yeah.
Why you feel you like your pants tight, the gun hanging out, like what you finna do? Like what like what's up? What's up with this, man? You at a picnic. Like, you know, you at a picnic. You at a city picnic. What you got there for out here, man? What's really going on? But people don't say nothing. So that's another way you turn your cheek to it. So guess what? He doing it. He gonna influence somebody else to do it. Another jit. Now you got 6-7 people at the picnic with the guns.
And think about this. On a higher scale, cause we just peons in this game, right? Y'all know I always like to switch lanes. So think about how our police look, right? Think about how the police look when they come to you. Police has got tasers, guns, sticks,
everything,
batons, assault weapons in their car, bulletproof vests on, shields, and all that. You would think they dealing with some animals, some wild. You would think they in the zoo somewhere.
That's how they look at us, man.
Right.
That's what it's come to.
This you coming to somebody's house to protect them or serve them, and that's what you look like. Guns, tasers, bulletproof vests, sticks, batons, knives. Yeah, you look like you belong in Afghanistan somewhere. So you look like you more scared.
They scared
than we are. Mm-hmm. So now, these young boys, they got these guns that don't care nothing about your vest.
And so they coming in younger and younger.
Yeah.
So just imagine they say, oh, we got a 10-year-old down in Orly West. He doing XYZ. They coming in just like that for that 10-year-old.
Yeah, no matter what age he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know what's going on because they getting them in the juvenile center and the detention center. They going there rapidly every day.
Every day, in and out.
And guess what
it's a revolving door.
It's about a gun.
Yeah.
Big guns.
Yeah.
So guess what, man? We got to go out here. Remember they said how many jobs they said was vacant?
The police force. Yeah.
They don't even want to be.
People don't even want to be
police.
No, right. It was like 100 something. They needed like people to apply for the job. So now you got in Valdosta, they hiring Hawaiians and all that. Yeah, there's people on there from Hawaii. So ain't no more community policing where the police got a connection to the people that's in the community.
Right.
It ain't no more of that. Ain't no more Dennis Henrys or Otis and Barry. See, you know these people, so they'll come to you and be like, hey, let me explain to you what's going on before I put these bracelets on you. You feel me? Or I'm gonna tell you now, you better sit your butt down, cause boy, they coming. You feel me? That's dead. That's dead. Ain't no more community. So now everybody who patrolling and police in our neighborhood, they don't care nothing about you.
Strangers.
Yeah.
They don't come out.
They don't care nothing about you. So it's okay for them to pit maneuver your car and kill you. They don't care nothing about you. Barry and Dennis Henry wouldn't have did that. They'd have ran that tag, see who car that is, and just meet you at the house. Right? Now, kill them. I don't care. What's up? You were trying to run. Right? They don't care nothing about putting no bullets in your head. Yeah. These people come, so now the whole force is people that ain't even from around here.
Don't care about you, so your culture, who your mama is. Yeah. Like they don't know you.
They got one mindset in here. You get the fumbling around me, I'm gonna put that fire on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we moving around in our communities, and we more scared of the police than you is people that stay in the neighborhood. Yeah. We trying to protect our people from the police.
That we supposed to be doing.
No, that's not what they supposed to be protecting.
But the OG,
Yeah.
when I say protect from the police, the OG gonna keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
So you don't. That's what the OG supposed to be doing. You ain't finna run into the law, cause you, like he said, you ain't gonna be out at
He's trying to
nighttime.
clean your slate up.
You ain't gonna be out at nighttime.
Yeah.
He getting you out the car. He telling him, "Nah, you better go to school. I'm gonna put these hands on you."
Right.
He telling you that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I'm saying they protect you from the police, you ain't gonna have no run-in because the OG making sure you ain't doing what you. And if you doing something, you gonna try to sneak and do it. But guess what? The OG gonna find out about it. He gonna strain you.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up
You
on
know what
you.
I'm saying? I seen a video on Facebook a while back. Y'all probably seen this video. It was an uncle and a nephew. They was out in the field, and the uncle had found out the nephew was breaking the houses, doing stuff. The uncle beat the brakes off the nephew in the field. He was like, "Man, it's my city. You don't think I know what's going on?" So word had got back round to the uncle what his nephew was doing. So get what he did. He beat him real good on the field and say, "You need some money? Call me." He beat him real good, then gave him some money. You ain't got to go in these people's house and be stealing.
Yeah.
He beat, like, I'm talking about, he, like, it wasn't no belt. Like, he put hands on him. Like Tim probably put hands on somebody that he boxing with. He put hands on him. He say, "If you need something, you come ask me. You ain't got to be going up in these people's houses and stealing." But it was just him and his nephew in the field. He beat the brakes. Then he handed him some money. So you gonna think about that. See, that ain't going on. So you gonna think about that type of action. But like I said, we coming up. We ain't trying to disappoint the OG.
Nah, not at all.
They'll whoop you with their mouth and they'll scare you up. Like sometimes OG they ain't have to put hands on you. Like Tim, you already knew what type of person he was. Anybody ain't finna you finna try Tim? Nah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like a lot of these young people, right? They OGs be young people. Them be they big homie people like they age. You feel me? So what you expect to come out of that?
Cause now about like I think Rock just said now the OG signifies what material stuff you have, but the guidance part, the game, the game or the guidance, I ain't giving you guidance. So I'm just embracing you as my OG because you have more than me.
Yeah.
Instead of the lectures you gonna give, the knowledge, the game, like I ain't embracing how you move, how you walking.
They don't want to hear that.
How you trying to keep me out of trouble? I'm just embracing them. I'm just embracing the
What
material
you got?
stuff.
Yeah.
And that, like Tim said, that's the Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Everybody's Ray.
That's the Ray Ray.
A lot of these guys nowadays, we talked about this a few times, and I asked y'all, what do we hold as value now? I said, we talked about values. What are values now? Values now is what you got, what it appears that you might have, right? So if you look a type of way, if you got these big diamond chains on and all this stuff every day, and diamonds in your mouth and all that, right? I know one time I had a guy that I used to deal with. He had the big cars and all that, and I went there, how man, you could see the ground in the bathroom floor. You can see the ground, man. I'm like, let me use the bathroom real quick, my boy. Go in there, man. Yeah, you can look in the ground. But you got all these big old rims and all this.
Yeah.
That's just like having a Benz parked in Hudson Docket, Oily West. What are you talking about? That's when we were talking about prioritizing. And we were saying the bank ain't going to finance you no house if you go out and buy a Benz first. Because they going to say you got your priorities mixed up. You should have bought your house before you bought that Benz. You feel me? That Benz is at least 100. Yeah. So you went and bought the Benz first?
So the value, now what Tim said,
Yeah.
the value used to do the greater than less than.
Yes, damn.
The
right.
value is the image over life. Like you value material image more than you value a life. So the OGs back then, they was valuing that child's life. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna keep you out of trouble. We're gonna keep you from crashing out. We're gonna make sure you in school. We're gonna have you in the house before dark. We're gonna do all these things because we value your life. Now you got these people. If I can get you to embrace me because of what I have, now I could turn you into a worker. ATL. It's another movie. You see what I'm saying?
It's a lot of movies.
The rims. Now you out here hustling for me right now.
But all you want is the rims.
Because I don't, with what I got, I don't pique your interest.
Yeah.
So now I could use you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So
his brother was a way better example
than the dope boy was. Yeah. But it's the low hanging fruit. It's
lame.
the shiny
My
thing.
brother lame though. he ain't on these 28s.
Yeah.
It's the low hanging fruit that make these guys think that that's the way to go, or that's. But I say I took General out, and one time they was young, and they was talking about what they were gonna do and all that. So I put them in my car, and I took them to Industrial Boulevard, and I said, "See, this way all these fixed up cars y'all be talking about y'all want. This where they at.
They work.
TM Polyfilm, Queen
Lowe's,
Carpet.
Dealers.
Yeah, that's what he called that y'all were talking about. So these street, like real street cats, the one that did have that stuff, you never saw it. Right? Except for on Easter. You feel me? They were riding inconspicuous cars that you wouldn't even know that they'll be in, right? But some of the guys who were really serious about what they was doing, yeah, they might have had a toy that they were playing with, but you don't see that. Every now and then they might come through in it, and it's gone. You don't see it no more till next year sometime, right? But they were riding around in the Maximas and the regular car that's off the lot, or pulled out somebody's yard or something, right? Them was the ones who had the money, right? The one that they said the loudest one in the room usually be.
Slam.
Come on, man. So the ones that's always trying to look the part, them the ones you better be careful of. Cause see,
if you got it, you ain't gotta prove it.
Come on, man.
They know, like.
Come on.
They already know, like.
Them the ones.
You ain't gotta.
If you trying to look the part, bro, then you need to check yourself. If you supposed to be if you street, yeah, you don't want to look like that, right? One time when I was out here, officer said, "You say you know why you be getting away so good, and people know what you do." I said, "Yeah, what? Why?" He say, you ain't trying to outshine them. You just be regular, right?" I at the party, Cap said, "Boy, you supposed to put that on, boy, for your birthday." I said, "But I'm a simple dude. You feel me? I've been dressing up on the boat, this, that. I'm tired of dressing up. I'm a simple person. I'm real simple. So I'm a t-shirt and jean kind of guy. Period. But when back in the days when the OG named Smoke, he was out here numbered t-shirts and jeans every day. Richest person about all. Name Smoke, he died. But all he wear was t-shirts and jeans. Every single day.
That's how I remember him too.
Yeah. Dickie shorts and t-shirts.
They knew everybody in the city too.
And everybody know who they is.
Important people too.
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation with him. Well, it wasn't. I was at the grown folks table.
Yeah.
It was my dad and him, and we was at breakfast.
Right.
And I just remember things that he was saying then about people in the city, like mayors, counselors.
Yeah, he rubbing shoulder with all these people, man.
Yeah, so that right there, like that's just me sitting there listening, and I was just soaking that game in. Like that exists, like that really happens like that.
Just like
it's
that.
Like it's just like that.
Yeah, he probably was one of the richest people in Valdosta, man. You don't never know. You be looking dead at him and be like, man, who this nigga is?
Drove the same car
every day. The same old pickup. When he come out, he hit these streets, and you can't never, if you can't approach him on no getting nothing from him, like that's like alien to him. He like, who you talking to? Where you know me from? Yeah, you don't know me. You can't talk to him. Like I told my homeboy, I said, man, you know what the difference is now when y'all hustling now and when we were hustling, the people who had it, you ain't had no access to them. You had to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, right? Now, everybody got access to everybody.
Free fall.
Yeah. You can call the brick man. What you doing here now?
Yeah.
You feel me? Anybody can call him.
How everybody know?
Yeah.
Everybody know that mean you hot.
If everybody know,
everybody
that
know.
mean them people
Guess who
know.
else know?
Yeah. So
Especially
even back
these
then,
times.
even back then, boy, regular people couldn't talk to Smoke. Man, you got to be crazy. That man might swing on you or something, man. You come here talking about some work.
How he know? Like you start,
He ain't gonna say none of that. Man,
but I'm saying in mind, you start
Yeah.
thinking like who
Man.
run their mouth?
you know not to walk up on him.
You start
like that.
thinking like somebody talking too much.
Yeah.
They only be a certain.
Yeah, cause
a
his,
certain amount of
his
people.
demeanor, he real cool, laid back, smooth, right? You know not to, boy, don't ever approach Smoke, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gone. But he ain't play that. But look how long he survived. You feel me? In the game, like forever, living. He wasn't fixing up no cars. You feel me? Zero, nothing. He just drive that same old car every day. At the end of his career, they said, what happened? I don't know how true it is. I don't know. But he went and paid cash for a brand new expedition. And they said that's when his world turned around. And he ended up going to prison behind that, and that's where he died at.
So to summarize,
And he was my OG. He was one of my OGs.
thinking about it, but the players changed. The real ones, the real OGs, they made it out, but they gone.
Yeah.
The people that came behind, the real OGs, they ain't follow suit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't do the tutelage and the guidance and they ain't continue. So it's a gap somewhere. So now you just got a free for all. You got chaos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got the 12-year-olds on the block. You got the 12-year-olds holding the pistols. You got them skipping school, walking. Everything we see. Because the real ones, the real OGs, they moved out. They made it out. And started a better life, matured, did their thing. And, you know, they mind just became stronger than what they was doing. So now the ones out there, like we say, is a bunch of Ray Rays out there, or it's people saying, I'm gonna mind my business. You either Ray Ray or you turning your cheek, you letting it go on.
Yeah.
You letting it go on right
You know
up
what
under
one
you.
of the craziest things is I ever heard in the game, and people, whoever listen to this, y'all can check me on it if y'all want to. But the craziest thing I heard was the game ain't to be told, it's to be sold.
That's what they be
I
saying.
never understood that myself.
Yeah. But the OGs, my OG was giving me the game. Right? They were. So how you think somebody gonna come up behind you, and if you don't give them the game, where you think they gonna go at?
That's the problem. They ain't have nobody ain't guiding them, so they crashing out. They don't know how to move out here.
But the thing is, they saying that the game ain't to be told. So now you got these new cats that's coming up. They saying, boy, you got to buy this game. If you got a cat that ain't just coming up in the game, he can't afford to buy no game.
Yo, you drive him down a dead end.
Yeah, you taking him to a crash out.
And then
lane.
down a dead end.
Yeah. So that was for me. Anybody that's of my generation can come back and check me on that. That was the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. The stupidest. Cause the OGs, my mama is one of my OGs, and she gave me the game.
Every day, any
Yeah.
chance she got.
She
That
didn't
wisdom.
tell me nothing.
That wisdom.
Yeah. So even with the cats that was coming up behind me, I gave them the game.
Free.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
ain't
pay for
charging
that.
them. What you mean?
Man, listen.
Yeah, free game.
Free game. You ain't have to, you ain't
Can't
have to pay for that.
The game is to be given. If you want them to come up like you, what happened was when that saying came out, the whole game changed, man. The whole game crashed out.
That's what that came out because that's where the competition started.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to get more than me.
Right. I'm hating
So
on you.
I'm here. I'm here. Instead of us growing together like this, if I'm here, I need
want
you
you to
there.
be down
I
there.
need you
Yeah.
lower than me. So
Yeah.
then you got who the man or who the kingpin or you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who the boss status is. Cause people want it. People ain't want allies, they wanted workers. So when you want workers, you want people to be up under you so you can run like your own dictatorship. So now if somebody working on you could tell, now you feel like you own this person, you can tell them what to do. So that's what happened too.
The game.
I'm the man, all y'all up under me. So now the people under the man, they trying to knock the man off now. That's when the game got distorted.
That's when the game got messed up. And that's why what we see now is a bunch of Ray Rays, because Ray Ray wasn't giving out no game.
They were using.
Ray Ray was using everybody that was beneath him, or he considered beneath him.
Everybody around him.
Yeah. He was using nigga mama, all that. Right? So all we got now is a bunch of Ray Rays. So yeah, the OG influence is still around. It's just that where they taking them to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody falling in the ditch now. Everybody crashing out. Ain't nobody gonna make it to the other side. Ain't nobody gonna when the parents start burying the children.
That's bad.
Yeah, you know the game is over then. Parents burying the children now.
On the streets at an alarming rate.
Yeah, parents. That ain't even the circle of life. That ain't even how life's supposed to be. Your children supposed to bury you.
Or they getting life sentences.
Yeah.
They first time.
So you can't bury your parents if you get life
Getting
sentence.
life sentence.
Yeah, life
Every
sentence
time.
mean you out of
Yeah,
here.
you going to penitentiary.
Yeah. So
or
the
graveyard.
parents are supposed to, the children are supposed to bury the parents. Now, parents are burying, they ain't even making it past a dub. They ain't even hitting a dub.
15, 12
Yeah.
shot and gone.
Gone.
13,
And the people who
13
killed
life
you
sentence.
done crashed out. they ain't even got enough money to run. They can't even afford to run. But all you screaming is gang. What's happening, gang? You can't even afford to run after you done killed somebody, man. You feel me? Come on, man. That's it. You still in the same place. It's like you in quicksand.
And when you get in trouble, the gang ain't nowhere to be found.
Tupac say don't go to war unless you got your money right. Huh? So I told Trey and Delvin, a lot of people I talk to, I say, sometimes you have to fall back from that war until you really ready to go to war. Like sometimes you just have to you have to lose the battle to win the war.
Retreat and regroup.
Fall back, man. You feel me? And that's a life principle. I ain't telling him about shooting and robbing and stealing. I mean in life. Sometimes you have to fall back, take the L on the battle, come back and win the whole war. And me and him was talking about the chessboard. You feel me? So I'm saying, yeah, all the time, you can't protect them pieces. Sometimes you gotta let someone go. You feel me? Just to set up open up a lane for them to think they got you in. And people see you like to use that queen, sometimes you gotta sacrifice her. You feel me? And by sacrificing her, and she getting off the board, but the thing is, you don't let that queen go, but you know that pawn can turn to a queen. You feel me? All you gotta do is protect it and get it to the other side of the board. You can change that pawn into whatever. So why people be sleeping on them pawns, The porn about to be the gangster thing, cause they can change the stuff.
Game changer.
Yeah. If you get your queen took and you make it on the other side with a pawn, you can get your queen back. Right? But look what went on in between the time that you were getting that thing back. You were knocking off pieces, opening up lanes, and checkmate. Checkmate, man.
Checkmate.
I'm telling you, so you got, man, listen, man.
Man, listen, it's free game, Bird. I hope we answered your question.
I don't know.
I hope we answered your question about the OG. Shout out to the OG TIM, man.
So I'm glad to be able to make it to OG status.
Man, listen, it's free game. I'll back at us.
Man, listen, we back again. It's free game.
The saying lasts, but I'm never least. Cause every time I drop that heat, all that talking cease. Facts. Her wishing well, or do you wish me well? He pucker up like jackasses, he like to kiss and tell. Facts. I got that fever, boy, I'm burning up. Hourglass ass niggas, they know they time is up.